calculate number of electrons present in 5.1 gram of ammonia. Here we have to calculate how many electrons are present in 5.1 gram of ammonia. So what is given? Here mass of ammonia is given to us, that is 5.1 gram. And we know the gram molecular mass of ammonia, that will be 14 plus 3, 17 gram per mole. So if mass of substance is given, so we calculate number of moles by the formula, that is given mass divided by gram molecular mass. Here mass of ammonia which is given to us is 5.1 gram and gram molecular mass of ammonia is 17 gram per mole. So it will be 0.3 mole. Here number of mole of ammonia we have calculated. Now we can calculate number of ammonia molecules. So we know 1 mole of ammonia will contain 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecule. Then 0.3 mole of ammonia will contain 0.3 multiplied by this Avogadro number, these many molecules of ammonia. That we can calculate, it will be 0.18066 into 10 power 23 molecules. Now you see, in ammonia molecules there are 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen atom, and nitrogen atom has 7 electrons, as atomic number of nitrogen is 7, and each hydrogen atom has 1 electron. So 3 hydrogen atom has 3 electrons. So I can say 1 molecule of ammonia contains 10 electrons. 7 electron of nitrogen atom and 3 electron of 3 hydrogen atom. So if 1 molecule of ammonia contains 10 electrons, so these many molecules of ammonia will contain how many electrons? So number of electrons, if I calculate here total number of electrons, so that will be 0.18066 into 10 to the power 23 multiplied by 10. So it will be 1.8066 into 10 to the power 23 electron. So you again see, mass of ammonia was given to us. First we calculated number of mole of ammonia, then we calculated number of molecules of ammonia, and then we calculated number of electrons. And you see, 1 molecule of ammonia contains 10 electrons. That came from here. Nitrogen atomic number is 7. Nitrogen atom has 7 electrons. 3 hydrogen atom also has 3 electrons. So 1 ammonia molecule has total 10 electrons. So these many molecules of ammonia will contain 1.8 into 10 to the power 23 electrons. Likewise, you see, if I ask calculate number of atoms of each element present in 1.8 gram of glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6. And we have to calculate how many carbon, how many hydrogen and how many oxygen atoms are present in 1.8 gram of glucose. First of all, mass of glucose is given to us, that is 1.8 gram. And gram molecular mass of glucose, that we can calculate from its formula, 12 into 6, 1 into 12, 16 into 6, 72 plus 12 plus 96, it is 180 gram per mole. यानी ग्राम मोलिकुलर मास ऑफ ग्लूकोज इज 180 ग्राम पर मोल. Now we will calculate number of glucose molecules, number of moles of glucose. 1.8, that is the given mass of glucose, divided by 180, that is the gram molecular mass of glucose. So it will be 1 by 100, or I can say 10 power minus 2 mole. 10 to the power minus 2 mole of glucose. Now we can calculate number of glucose molecules. So we know 1 mole of glucose will contain Avogadro number of glucose molecule. So how many glucose molecule will be 10 power minus 2 mole? So this Avogadro number multiplied by 10 power minus 2, so it will be 6.022 into 10 to the power 21 molecules. These many molecules of glucose are present. But what was asked? We have to calculate number of atom of each element. You have to find out how many carbon, how many hydrogen and how many oxygen atom are present. So here we know one glucose molecule contains 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen and 6 oxygen atom. So if one molecule of glucose contains 6 carbon atom, so these many molecule of glucose will contain how many carbon atom? So I will calculate number of carbon atom, that is the number of molecule of glucose multiplied by 6. Likewise, number of hydrogen atoms, that will be 6.022 into 10 power 21 into 12, because each glucose molecule contains 12 hydrogen atoms. And likewise, number of oxygen atoms will be 6.022 into 10 power 21 into 6, because each glucose molecule contains 6 oxygen atoms. So you can calculate, these will be the number of atom of each element. And if we have to calculate total number of atoms, so you see one glucose molecule contains total 24 atoms. 6 atom of carbon, 12 atom of hydrogen and 6 atom of oxygen. So total number of atom, if we have to calculate, so you will multiply number of glucose molecule by 24. Earlier we calculated number of atom of each element separately, like number of carbon atom, number of hydrogen atom, number of oxygen atom, and then I calculated total number of atoms. In this question, total number of atoms was not asked, only the atom of each element was separately asked, but I told you how we can calculate total number of atoms also. Here, next is, if I say chlorophyll contains 1.2% of magnesium by mass. So now you calculate number of magnesium atoms present in 50 gram of chlorophyll. Suppose I told you chlorophyll is a green pigment present in a plant leaves, and chlorophyll contains 1.2% magnesium by mass. So how many magnesium atoms are present in 50 gram of chlorophyll? So here mass of chlorophyll is given to you, that is 50 gram, but we will calculate now mass of magnesium. So that is 1.2% of 50 gram. It will be 0.6 gram. Yani 50 gram of chlorophyll, there is 0.6 gram of magnesium. Here mass of magnesium was not directly given, but indirectly we have calculated the mass of magnesium, which is present in 50 gram of chlorophyll. Now the gram atomic mass of magnesium. Here I will use gram atomic mass because there are magnesium atoms. That is 24 gram per mole. So now we will calculate number of moles of magnesium. That will be 0.6. That is the mass of magnesium divided by 24. So it will be 1 by 40 mole. And then we can calculate number of magnesium atoms. 1 by 40, that is the number of mole of magnesium multiplied by Avogadro number. So it will be 6.022 divided by 4, I can write, into 10 to the power 22, and we can write almost 1.5 into 0.5 10 to the power 22 atoms. So these many magnesium atoms are present in 50 gram of chlorophyll, which contain 1.2% of magnesium by mass. Once again you can see in this mass of chlorophyll was given, direct mass of magnesium was not given, but it is told that chlorophyll contains 1.2% of magnesium. So from mass of chlorophyll we will calculate the mass of magnesium. Gram atomic mass of magnesium is known to us. Number of mole of magnesium we will calculate, that is the mass divided by gram atomic mass, and after calculating number of mole we can calculate number of magnesium atoms. Here you see one more miracle. What mass of iron has same number of iron atoms as calcium atoms are present in 4 gram of calcium? What mass of iron has same number of iron atom as calcium atoms are present in 4 gram of calcium? First we have to see how many calcium atoms are present in 4 gram of calcium. Then we will calculate mass of iron, which will be having same number of iron atom. So here you see mass of calcium given to us is 4 gram, and I know gram atomic mass of calcium is 40 gram per mole. So now number of moles of calcium, that is 4 by 40, yani mass divided by gram atomic mass, so it will be 1 by 10 mole. If we have 1 by 10 mole of calcium atom, so we should also have 1 by 10 mole of iron, because according to statement we have to calculate mass of iron which is having same number of iron atom as present in 4 gram of calcium. So I can write number of moles of iron will also be 1 by 10 mole. And now we have to calculate mass of 1 by 10 mole of iron. So we know gram atomic mass of iron is 56 gram per mole. Yani mass of 1 mole iron is 56 gram. So mass of 1 by 10 mole of iron will be, that is 1 by 10 into 56, it will be 5.6 gram. Yani 5.6 gram of iron is having as many iron atom as calcium atom are present in 4 gram of calcium. So in this sum, first we calculated the number of mole of calcium, and number of mole of iron is equal to number of mole of calcium atom. So number of mole of calcium are 1 by 10 mole. Number of mole of iron will also be 1 by 10 mole, and mass of 1 by 10 mole of iron will be 1 by 10 into 56, that is 5.6 gram. Same type of sum if I give what mass of carbon dioxide has same number of carbon dioxide molecules as water molecules present in 1.8 gram of water. What mass of carbon dioxide is having same number of carbon dioxide molecule as water molecule present in 1.8 gram of water. So here mass of water is given to us. So you see mass of water is 1.8 gram and gram molecular mass of water, I think you know, that is 18 gram per mole. So number of mole of water will be, it will be 1.8 by 18, so it will be 1 by 10 mole. Yani how much water we have or how many molecules of water we have? So we have 1 by 10 mole molecules of water. So number of moles of carbon dioxide will also be 1 by 10 according to the statement. Now you see the gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44. Molecular mass of carbon dioxide, I think you know, that is 12 plus 32, so it is 44 gram per mole. And now we have to calculate mass of 1 by 10 mole of carbon dioxide. So 1 by 10 divided by multiplied by 44, so it will be 4.4 gram. Yani 4.4 gram of carbon dioxide contain as many carbon dioxide molecule as water molecule are present in 1.8 gram of carbon dioxide. Sorry, 1.8 gram of water. Yani 4.4 gram of carbon dioxide is containing as many molecule of carbon dioxide as water molecules are present in 1.8 gram of water. Next numerical you see how many moles of carbon dioxide are left if 10.21 molecule of carbon dioxide are removed from 440 milligram of from a sample of carbon dioxide weighing 440 milligram. Here you see what is the sum. Sum is we have a sample of carbon dioxide. And this carbon dioxide is weighing 440 milligram. And from this sample of carbon dioxide, we removed 10 power 21 molecule of carbon dioxide. So how many mole of carbon dioxide are left in this sample? Once again you understand, we have a sample of carbon dioxide gas that is weighing 440 milligram. And from this sample of carbon dioxide, we are removing 10 to the power 21 molecule of carbon dioxide. So how many mole of carbon dioxide are left in this sample? So first we will see how many mole of carbon dioxide are initially present and how many mole of carbon dioxide we are removed, and difference of these two will be equal to, I can say, number of moles of carbon dioxide left will be equal to number of moles of carbon dioxide initially present in the sample minus number of moles of carbon dioxide removed from the sample. You see how many mole of carbon dioxide were initially present, and if we subtract number of mole of carbon dioxide removed from the sample, so we will get number of mole of carbon dioxide left in the sample. You see the number of mole of carbon dioxide initially present. So initially 440 milligram of carbon dioxide is there. 440 divided by 1000, that will be the mass of carbon dioxide in a gram, divided by 44, because mass divided by gram molecular mass will be number of mole. Once again you see, because mass of carbon dioxide is given in milligram, so that milligram we will convert in grams. 440 by 1000, that is the mass of carbon dioxide, and gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide we know already, that is 44 gram per mole. So now number of moles will be 1 by 100. Yani initially in the sample of carbon dioxide we have 1 by 100 mole, and number of moles of carbon dioxide removed from the sample. So we remove 10 power 21 molecule of carbon dioxide, and if number of particle is given, and that number of particle if we divide by Avogadro number, it became number of mole, because 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecule of carbon dioxide is equal to 1 mole. One molecule will be 1 divided by this, and 10 power 21 molecule will be these many moles. It will be 1 divided by 6.022 into 10 power 2. That is, you can write 1 by 600 2.2. That can be near about 1 by 600 mole. If I take 6.022 add just 6, so it is 1 by 600. So we were having 1 by 100 mole initially. We removed 1 by 600 mole from this sample. So how much is left? You see. So LCM will be 100 into 600. So it will be 600 minus 100. So it is 500 divided by 100 into 600. So 5 by 600 mole. And if we further calculate it, to 6848, 6380 into 10 power minus 2, or I can write 8.33 into 10 power minus 3 mole. So these many mole of carbon dioxide are left in this sample. I can repeat it. Initially we were having 440 milligram of carbon dioxide, the mass of carbon dioxide is given, and from this mass of carbon dioxide we calculated number of mole which were initially present. But from this sample of carbon dioxide we removed these many molecules of carbon dioxide, and these many molecules of carbon dioxide will be 1 by 600 mole or 1 by 600 2.2 mole. Exactly if we calculate, I calculated little approximately. So number of mole initially present were 1 by 600 minus number of mole of carbon dioxide removed are 1 by 600. So we calculated this. It will be 5/600 mole or 8.33 into 10 power minus 3 mole. Now, one aspect of mole concept is still left. That is, earlier we have studied that molecular mass of a gas is equal to mass of 22.4 liter of the gas at NTP. NTP, I think you know, normal temperature and pressure. Normal temperature is 0 degree Celsius, that can be taken equal to 273 Kelvin, and normal pressure is 1 atmosphere, that is you can take 760 millimeter of mercury. Under these conditions of temperature and pressure, 22.4 liter of gas is weighing equal to molecular mass of gas or gram molecular mass of gas. It means 1 mole of gas is equal to gram molecular mass of gas, and we can also say 1 mole of gas occupy 22.4 liter at NTP. So from here it is clear that these many liter of gas at NTP weight equal to gram molecular mass of the gas. So if we have these many liter of any gas at NTP, that will be 1 mole of the gas. So if I say calculate number of moles of carbon dioxide in 5.6 liter of carbon dioxide at NTP. Question is, calculate number of mole of carbon dioxide in 5.6 liter of carbon dioxide at NTP. So here volume of carbon dioxide at NTP is given. So we know 22.4 liter यानी 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide at NTP will be equal to 1 mole of carbon dioxide. So 1 liter of carbon dioxide at NTP will be 1 by 22.4 mole of carbon dioxide. Then 5.6 liter of carbon dioxide at NTP will be 1 divided by 22.4 into 5.6. So it will be 1 by 4 mole, or I can say 0.25 mole. From this calculation, we can derive a simple formula that you see 5.6 is the volume of carbon dioxide given at NTP and divided by 22.4 liter. So while calculating number of mole of a gas, so that will be equal to given volume of gas in liter at NTP divided by 22.4. Yani if we divide the volume of gas, that is also in liter and at NTP by 22.4, so it will be number of mole of the gas. Yani this sum directly can be done from this formula. Number of mole of carbon dioxide will be 5.6 by 22.4, it is 1 by 4, or we can say 0.25 mole. It means when we have to calculate number of mole of the gas from its volume at NTP, to that given volume we have to divide by 22.4 liter. Volume of gas you have to take in liter, and this volume should be given at NTP. So we can calculate number of mole of gas. Given volume at NTP divided by 22.4, it will be the number of mole of gas. One more, you see how many atoms of chlorine are present in 1.12 liter of chlorine at NTP. Here volume of chlorine gas at NTP is given to you. And what is asked? How many chlorine atoms are present? So first of all, volume of chlorine gas at NTP is given to you, that is 1.12 liter. So number of moles of chlorine will be 1.12 divided by 22.4. If we remove these decimals, so it will be 1 by 20 mole. 1 by 20 mole. And from number of mole we can calculate number of chlorine molecules. That is 1 by 20 multiplied by Avogadro number. So I can write this is 3.011 into 10 power 22 molecules. These many chlorine molecules are present. But here what is asked? Here number of chlorine atoms are asked. And we know one molecule of chlorine contain 2 chlorine atoms. Yani chlorine is diatomic. One molecule of chlorine contain 2 chlorine atoms. So number of chlorine atoms will be present 3.011 into 10 power 22 multiplied by 2. So it will be again 6.022 into 10 power 22 atoms. From this sum, I think it is clear. If volume of any gas at NTP is given, the first step we have to calculate number of moles of the gas. And while calculating number of mole of gas, you have to divide given volume at NTP divided by 22.4. It will be the number of mole of gas, and after calculating number of mole, we can calculate number of molecules, and then we can calculate number of atoms. One more sum, you see how many atoms of a triatomic gas, yeah, you can say once again I will write how many atoms are present in 5.6 liter of a triatomic gas at NTP. How many atoms are present in 5.6 liter of a triatomic gas? Triatomic gas means a gas whose molecule contain 3 atoms, like ozone. You see, in ozone molecule contain 3 oxygen atoms. So you see the volume of gas that is given to us 5.6 liter at NTP. So we can calculate number of moles of the gas. Given volume divided by 22.4, it will be 1 by 4 mole. Now we will calculate number of molecule of gas, that is 1 by 4 into Avogadro number. These many molecules will be there, and it will be almost 1.505. There is 1.505 into 10 power 23 molecules. But now we have to calculate number of atoms of the gas. Gas is your triatomic. Each molecule of the gas, atom of the gas will be number of molecule multiplied by 3. So 4.515 into 10 power 23 atoms. First we calculated number of mole of gas, the number of molecule of the gas, and from number of molecule we calculated number of atoms of the gas. But this concept can be applied when volume of gas at NTP is given to us. But if volume of gas under some other condition of temperature and pressure is given, so how we will calculate number of mole of gas and number of molecule of the gas? So here I will tell you one mathematical equation that is called ideal gas equation. And ideal gas equation is PV equal to nRT. First you see from where this equation came, how we can derive this equation. So derivation of this equation in short I will tell here, and in detail we will study in a lesson states of matter. In gaseous state we will discuss this equation in detail, but in short I can tell here. We know the volume of gases. I think you know in 9th class or 10th class we have studied little about volume of any gas depend upon three variables, three factors. One, the number of mole of gas, second, the temperature, and third is the pressure. Yani volume of gas depend upon quantity of gas. Gas is 1 mole, 2 mole or 5 mole. Secondly, depend upon temperature, and thirdly depend upon pressure applied on the gas. And first of all I will tell the effect of pressure on volume of gas, and that is the Boyle's law. And I think you have studied earlier. According to this law, the volume of a given mass or given amount of gas at constant temperature is inversely proportional to pressure applied on the gas. Pressure applied on the gas. That is, V is inversely proportional to P. But two things we have to keep constant: quantity of gas and temperature at constant N and T. Yani amount of gas we have to keep constant, and temperature of gas also we have to keep constant. Then V will be inversely proportional to P. Now, if we use Charles' law that tell about the effect of temperature at constant pressure, so I can say according to this law, the volume at, you can write at constant pressure, the volume of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature of the gas. Absolute temperature of the gas. Absolute temperature is temperature in Kelvin scale. Yani I can write V is directly proportional to T, and for this we have to keep number of mole and pressure of the gas constant at constant N and T, and temperature in Kelvin scale will be equal to temperature in degree Celsius plus 273. That is the absolute scale of the temperature, temperature in Kelvin scale. Now the third law is Avogadro's law, and according to this law, at constant temperature and pressure, volume of a gas is directly proportional to number of mole of the gas. यानी V is directly proportional to N at constant T and T. So here you see I told that volume of gas will be inversely proportional to pressure applied on the gas if we keep temperature and amount of gas constant. Volume of gas will be directly proportional to temperature if we keep number of mole and pressure applied on the gas constant. And V will be directly proportional to N if we keep temperature and pressure of the gas constant. So from these three laws we can say V is inversely proportional to P, V is directly proportional to T, and V is directly proportional to N. This is first equation, and it will be applicable at constant T and number of mole. It will be applicable at constant P and number of mole. And this third equation will be applicable at constant T and P. And if we combine all three, so I can write V is directly proportional to NT by P. And we can write PV is directly proportional to NT and PV is equal to, we have to put a proportionality constant, that is R. And I can write this is PV equal to nRT. Here R is a universal gas constant. R is said to be universal gas constant. And this name has been given to this constant because R has same value for all gases at every temperature and pressure. Yani value of R will be independent from temperature, pressure as well as nature of gas. Value of R will be same for all gases even at every temperature and pressure. But value of R depends upon the units of measurement of temperature and pressure. So this equation is called PV equal to nRT. Here P is the pressure of gas, V is the volume of gas, N is the number of mole of gas, R is universal gas constant, and T is the temperature in a Kelvin scale. Here one more thing. What is the nature of R and what are the values of R? So first I am telling nature of R. So we know PV equal to nRT. So R will be equal to PV by NT. PV by NT. We know P is the pressure and pressure is force by area. And volume is area into length. We know pressure is force divided by area. And volume will be area into length, area into height, whatever you can write. N is the number of mole and T is the temperature, that will be in Kelvin scale. Area to area cancel. Force into length is called work. So it is work done. It is the amount of work done per mole per Kelvin. Yani R is the amount of work done required to increase temperature of 1 mole gas by 1 Kelvin. But I can write R is the amount of work done. Here you can say energy required to increase temperature of 1 mole of gas by 1 Kelvin. यानी the amount of work done required to increase temperature of 1 mole of gas by 1 Kelvin is called universal gas constant. You can note down. Again you see nature of R is PV equal to nRT. R will be PV by NT. P the pressure is force by area. V volume into V the volume, that is area into length, and number of mole of gas, T temperature in Kelvin scale. So it will be force into length, that is the work done per mole per Kelvin is called R. So R is the amount of work done or amount of energy required to increase temperature of 1 mole gas by 1 Kelvin. Now what are the values of R? Values of R. So we know PV equal to nRT, then R will be equal to PV by NT. Now suppose if we take 1 mole of gas, yani N is 1 mole, if temperature we take 273 Kelvin, pressure if we take 1 atmosphere, so this is NTP condition, normal temperature pressure. Then volume of 1 mole of gas will be 22.4 liter. यानी 1 mole of gas at NTP occupy 22.4 liter, which earlier we studied. In NTP temperature will be 0 degree Celsius, that will be 273 Kelvin, and pressure will be 1 atmosphere. And if these values we put in this expression, so P 1 atmosphere, volume 22.4 liter, 1 mole and 273 Kelvin. So R will be 22.4 by 273, unit will be atmosphere liter per Kelvin per mole. And if I solve it, it will be 0.0831, sorry, 0.0821 atmosphere liter per Kelvin per mole. This is one of the value of R. Yani in this expression, when you take pressure in atmosphere, volume in liter, and temperature in Kelvin scale, the value of R will be 0.0821. One more value of R you can see. If we take 1 mole of gas and we take temperature 273 Kelvin and pressure if we take 1 bar, it is called STP, standard temperature pressure. Yani at normal temperature pressure, temperature is 273 and pressure is 1 atmosphere, but under standard temperature pressure, temperature is again 273 Kelvin, but pressure will be 1 bar, and under STP condition, 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.7 liter. Because here this 1 bar pressure is little less than 1 atmosphere, and if pressure is little decreased, the volume of gas will be little increased. And here you can remember 1 atmosphere is 1.01325 bar, or 1 bar is equal to 0.987 atmosphere. Yani 1 bar is little less than 1 atmosphere. So if we put these values, here if I take pressure 1 bar, volume will be 22.7 mole, 1 mole, temperature 273. So here it will be 22.7 by 273 and unit will be bar liter per Kelvin per mole. So it will be R will be 0.0831 bar liter per Kelvin per mole. So I told here two values of R. R will be 0.0821 or R will be 0.0831 depending upon the unit of pressure. If we take pressure in atmosphere, so R will be 0.0821, and if pressure we take in bar, so R will be this one. These two values you have to remember. And now, how this equation P equal to nRT can be used for calculating number of mole of gas, number of molecule of gas, or even atom of gas, that you see. If I say how many molecules of a gas are present in 5 liter of gas at 1.5 bar pressure and 27 degrees Celsius. Here you see 5 liter gas is given, but this volume is not given at NTP or STP. It is given under 1.5 bar pressure and 27 degrees Celsius. And you have to calculate number of molecule of the gas. So in such a case, we can calculate number of mole of gas using this equation. Here P you see, pressure of the gas is 1.5 bar, volume of gas is 5 liter, temperature is 27 plus 273, that is 300 Kelvin. Temperature you have to take in Kelvin. R you can take 0.0831 bar liter per Kelvin per mole, because pressure was given in bar, so we will take 0.0831. So what we can calculate? Number of mole of gas, 1.5 into 5, and we have to calculate 0.0831 into 300, and will be 1.5 into 5 divided by 0.083, up to 3 you can take, into 300. If we remove this decimal, it will be 1000. If we remove this decimal, then 10. The 3 zeros are cancelled. This 5. So now we have N is 25 by 83. This is the number of mole of gas. So now we can calculate number of molecules of the gas. So it will be number of mole by Avogadro's number. You can calculate and write. Near about 6 to 150 by 83 into 10 power 23. 83 183. 67 is left. 670. Near about it will go with 8. 1.8 into 10 power 23 molecules. Near about. Accurately you can calculate yourself. So when the volume of gas is given at some other temperature pressure, not under NTP or STP, so this equation can be used to calculate number of mole of gas, and we can calculate number of molecule of the gas. Likewise, you see how many oxygen atoms are present in 1.2 liter of ozone at 27 degrees Celsius and 2 bar pressure. So here you see, we can write the equation P equal to nRT. P is 2 bar, that is given to us. Temperature 27 plus 273, that is 300 Kelvin. volume of gas 1.2 liter, R is 0.0831 bar liter per Kelvin per mole, and we have to calculate. Here you see in this formula pressure you have to take either in atmosphere or in bar. If P is in bar, R will be 0.083. If P is an atmosphere, it will be 0.0821. Temperature you have to take always in Kelvin scale, and volume you have to take always in liter. So here you see 2 into 1.2, and we have to calculate 0.083, temperature 300 Kelvin, and will be 2.4 by 0.083 into 300. You remove the decimal. This also, the 30 cancel. This will be 8, and will be 8 by 83 mole. Now we will calculate number of ozone molecules. So 8 by 83 mole multiplied by Avogadro number. That will be the number of ozone molecule. But you have to calculate number of oxygen atom, and each ozone molecule contain 3 oxygen atom. So I will say number of oxygen atoms, that is number of mole multiplied by Avogadro number into 3 mole. So if I take this 6 into 8, 48, 48 into 3, it will be 244 by 83 into 10 power 23 atoms. This will be the number of oxygen atoms. It is 144, not 244. 144 by 83 into 10 power 23 atoms. So in mole concept, the things we have studied, little I can repeat. Number of mole we can calculate by using this formula, that is given mass divided by gram atomic mass or gram molecular mass. Number of mole we can calculate given number of atoms or molecule divided by Avogadro number, and number of moles of a gas we can calculate given volume in liter at NTP divided by 22.4, or we can use this expression for calculating number of mole. Here N is the number of mole of gas. These 4 relations are very valuable while calculating number of mole, and after calculating number of mole we can calculate number of molecules, number of atoms, or number of any other kind of particles. Here last sum I will give to you. You will do yourself. Calculate number of chloride ions present in 2.22 gram of calcium chloride. You have to calculate number of chloride ions present in these many gram of calcium chloride. Here atomic mass of calcium and chlorine I can tell you, that is 40 and 35.5. You will solve yourself. If you feel some difficulty, you can ask me again. So in today's lecture I have completed the mole concept. Okay, you see the video carefully. You can repeat it 2 times, and if you feel any difficulty in this topic, so you can respond in classroom. Okay, thank you.